Have you ever felt like your brain is full of English words, but when you open your mouth, they just get stuck? It's like there's a traffic jam between your thoughts and your speech. You know the grammar, you have the vocabulary, but speaking smoothly feels like a distant dream. Trust me, you are not alone in this. It's a super common challenge for English learners, and the good news is, it's completely fixable. Today, we're going to unlock the secrets to bridging that gap. We'll dive into practical, effective techniques to train both your brain and your mouth to work together, so you can finally speak English confidently and fluently. Ready to transform your speaking skills? Let's get started. First, let's talk about the brain. Your brain is like the director of this entire operation. If the director isn't prepared, the actors on stage, that's your mouth, tongue, and lips, won't know what to do. So, how do we train this director? The number one technique is to start thinking in English. I know, it sounds intimidating, but you can start small. Begin by narrating your daily activities in your head. For example, when you wake up, think, okay, I'm getting out of bed. I need to brush my teeth. When you're making breakfast, think, I'm pouring milk into my cereal. This isn't about forming perfect sentences. It's about making English the default language for your inner monologue. It shifts your brain from translating everything from your native language to thinking directly in English. This simple habit, practiced consistently, will dramatically reduce the mental processing time when you need to speak. The next step in training your brain is to change how you consume content. Instead of just passively watching English movies or listening to music, you need to become an active listener. This means paying close attention to not just what is being said, but how it's being said. Listen for the rhythm, the intonation, the pauses. When you hear a phrase you like, pause and repeat it out loud. Try to mimic the speaker's accent and emotion. This technique, often called shadowing, is incredibly powerful. It builds a direct neural pathway between hearing English and producing it. Think of it as creating a mental library of sounds and sentence structures that you can access instantly when you speak. So next time you're watching your favorite series, don't just be a spectator, be a student. Mimic the actors, copy their expressions, and make it fun. Now, let's move on to the physical part. Training your mouth. Your mouth, tongue, and jaw muscles are just like any other muscles in your body. They need exercise to get stronger and more coordinated. English has sounds that might not exist in your native language, and your mouth isn't used to making them. This is what can cause a foreign accent or make pronunciation difficult. A fantastic exercise for this is practicing tongue twisters. They might seem silly, but they are a serious workout for your mouth. Start slowly with something like "She sells seashells by the seashore." Focus on articulating each sound clearly. Feel how your tongue and lips move. As you get more comfortable, increase the speed. Doing this for just 5 minutes a day will make your mouth more agile and ready to produce English sounds accurately and effortlessly. Another crucial mouth training exercise is exaggerated pronunciation. Pick a short text, maybe a paragraph from a book or an article. Read it out loud, but over-articulate every single word. Open your mouth wide, stretch your lips, and move your tongue deliberately. You'll probably feel and look a little ridiculous, but that's the point. This exaggeration forces your muscles to go through the full range of motion required for each sound. It's like doing a deep stretch before a workout. It warms up your articulatory muscles and builds muscle memory. After practicing this way, when you go back to speaking normally, you'll find that your pronunciation is much clearer and requires less effort. It helps break old pronunciation habits and builds new, more accurate ones. So we've trained the brain to think in English and the mouth to produce the sounds. Now, we need to connect them and make them work together seamlessly. This is where speaking practice comes in, but not just any practice. You need to speak out loud, every single day, even if it's just to yourself. You can read a book aloud, describe the room you're in, or talk about your plans for the day. The key is to get used to the sound of your own voice speaking English. This builds confidence and makes the act of speaking feel more natural. Think of it as a daily rehearsal. The more you rehearse, the more prepared you'll be for the main performance, real conversations with other people. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal here is fluency and comfort, not perfection. To take it a step further, start recording yourself. Use the voice memo app on your phone and talk for 1 or 2 minutes about any topic. It could be about your day, a movie you watched, or your opinion on something. Then, listen back to the recording. I know, listening to your own voice can be cringy at first, but it's an incredibly valuable tool. As you listen, you'll notice things you wouldn't have caught while speaking. You might hear common grammar mistakes, repeated filler words like or pronunciation issues. Don't be critical of yourself. Instead, be a detective. Identify 1 or 2 things you want to improve, and then record yourself again, focusing on those specific areas. This cycle of speaking, recording, and analyzing is one of the fastest ways to improve your spoken English. Now, let's talk about vocabulary. It's not about learning thousands of random words. It's about learning words in context. When you learn a new word, don't just memorize its definition. Learn the words that are commonly used with it. These are called collocations. For example, instead of just learning the word decision, learn the phrases make a decision, a tough decision, or a final decision. When you learn words in these natural chunks, they are much easier to recall and use correctly in a sentence. Create your own sentences with these new phrases. Say them out loud. This method trains your brain to think in phrases rather than single words, which is how native speakers communicate. It makes your speech sound much more natural and fluent. Finally, the most important tip of all, be patient and kind to yourself. Learning to speak a language fluently is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when you feel like you're not making any progress, and that's okay. Everyone has those days. The key is to stay consistent. Celebrate the small victories like using a new phrase correctly or having a short conversation without translating in your head. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Your progress is your own. Embrace the process, have fun with it, and remember that every word you speak is a step forward. Your brain and mouth are learning a complex new skill, so give them the time and practice they need. You've got this. So, to recap, train your brain by thinking in English and practicing active listening. Train your mouth with tongue twisters and exaggerated pronunciation. Connect them by speaking out loud daily and recording yourself. And build your vocabulary by learning words in context. If you consistently apply these strategies, I promise you will see a massive improvement in your English speaking ability. You will break through that barrier and start speaking with the confidence you've always wanted. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more English learning content. Let me know in the comments which one of these techniques you're going to try first. Keep practicing, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.